Underserved communities will spend $250,000 or more on interest and fees over their lifetime. A poor credit score means a lot more than just no access to credit cards. It can mean no access to mainstream credit, higher interest rates, and insurance premiums, lowering the likelihood of getting hired for certain jobs, difficulty in renting, and more. Joining me now is financial expert Radhika Dugal, who has been working on inclusive financial solutions for many Americans. Thank you so much for joining us today. What does it mean to democratize access to credit here in the U.S.?
Thank you so much for having me. What it means to democratize access to credit is simply to let everyone into the system so they can access credit. It's really important to note that our system is a little bit exclusionary. Super's primary market research, where we went out and we talked to our own customers and customers around the country, essentially told us that 66% of underserved consumers were denied access to credit. And that led to feelings of insecurity and instability. When we say we want to democratize access to credit at Super, what we want to do is take away the barriers to entry into the system so that everybody who wants to build credit has the opportunity to do so.
And what inspired you to work towards helping people to gain access to credit?
Yeah, my own personal family history is what inspired me. My parents came to the U.S. from India in the 1970s with not a lot of money, but because they had access to credit, they were able to build a business. That business is literally the definition of the American dream. It inspired and enabled thousands of people through employment to better their own families and their own communities. What I worry about today is the idea that that story, where we have parents that emigrated to the US and that built a business, that entrepreneurship story and that dream, that was common for my generation. I worry that's not going to be common for my daughter's generation. And that's simply because it's so much harder to get access to credit.
And what was the most surprising results from Super's most recent research?
The most surprising result from our most recent research, which was a study with thousands of American consumers, is the fact that 57% of respondents told us that thinking about their credit score created anxiety or even kept them up at night. 57% of people. That's more than 1 in 2 people. That's your mom, it's the butcher, it's the person cashing you out at the grocery store. As I take a step back and I think about that, that reframes this problem into a mental health problem that we together have to solve.
And are there any options for those who are typically challenged with having access to credit and building equity?
There absolutely are. If you are really struggling with building access to credit, I'd offer 3 tips. First, really take the time to understand the system. Go online and read. It will help you just to have a basic understanding. Second, know your own score. It's really important to check your score yourself and know your numbers and have a goal for where you want to get to go. And last, it's important to try out new ways to build credit. Super's recently launched Super Cash, which is a new product that acts like a debit card, but with the benefits of a credit card. Now with Super Cash, which is this product, essentially what you're able to do is you're able to build credit with no monthly service fees, no credit checks, and no minimums. You don't have to put a certain amount of money on the card. And the best part about this product, Super Cash, is every time you use it, you get up to 10% cash back. So you have the benefits of a debit card, the benefits of a credit card, and you're able to build your credit score.
Wow, this is some great information, but if our viewers want to learn more, where should they go?
They should check out super.com/cash.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Of course, thank you for having me.